Welcome to the show. All right, this is the best setup I can come up with for this camera. I don't know what my dog's doing. So, Rode Video Micro, power cord charging to 0 on a gimbal, but you have limited movement. I have it on near or far? Near. Let's explain some things. So right now I have it on the ND filter, I think it's an 8. I have it on a gimbal, and I'm gonna throw the ball with you. So see, this is the exact problem I have. Now that I'm playing with my dog, it's on near, so I need to switch it to, and then the screen goes out. Look at, this is the stuff you do with this camera. It's on near, far, all right. Look. Ready? Back on near. So hopefully I'm in focus. And that's what's about this camera that's difficult to use. Let's talk about single point autofocus. You have an update that came out a while ago for Sony's this camera, allowing you to change the focus while in camera while you're filming. Just to half press the shutter, refocuses, sounds great. A couple things that's difficult is half pressing the shutter. Can be cumbersome. Well, can be difficult because you press too hard, you're going to stop filming, which is maybe a big deal, but it may not be a big deal. If you don't do it that way, you do the near far. So you pick, you're gonna be near or you're going to look at far, and you got to pick it. The thing is remembering to do that every time you change what you're filming. So run and gun on vacation, walking around, going blah blah blah, and then take a look at this. You have to go, oh yeah, it's going to be blurry, out of focus. I need to hit the button, right? Like that, and I think I hit it because the button is about as small as a knuckle. I can look and see that the near is still on. Now it's on far. Now you can see the fence and everything else. And then you want to come back to talk to the camera again. You reach up and hit it again, and then now you're back in focus here. It's doable if you set this camera up and do one purpose for it. And then when you get into that kind of thing, you get into, well, if I'm going to do that, I can get the ZV1 and set it up for a particular purpose. And my aperture goes from 4 to 1.8. Or any other camera that you may can think of. Because this is more built to withstand all the elements. So that's the issue I'm having with the single point autofocus right now. It's basically me remembering to change it. Now, whether that's a con on me or the con on the camera, it's just a real world for me and what I think about it. Stabilization. Shutter speed. So shutter speed is going to be pretty high, which is great because that's what Catalyst needs, is a high shutter speed and no stabe to do its best job. So let's go see what these guys can do. GoPro, my money's on you, bro. Focus again, me. Hopefully that's clear. All right, that concludes my stabilization test with this Sony RX0 and the GoPro Hero 9. GoPro Hero 9 won. I know it already. So let me know what you think. Because it's in 4K, it's going to crop in, it's going to be close to my face, or whatever you're filming, it's going to be close to, so that's going to be a problem with the Sony. But it is cute to look at, it's still a little. So the same setup I had before, Stab is off, but I have it on the Crane M2. So this should give you the best stabilized footage out of the RX0. Now what I noticed from last time I did this, from the walk on the bridge, is that I still had a little jumpiness with this guy. Right now I have it on lock, holding the gimbal with two hands and walking. Let's wrap that up. You've seen some of the videos. GoPro does a better job with stabilization, of course. The Catalyst application is better than my Final Cut Pro. Some folks say don't drop below 95% because you'll lose image quality. I have noticed that if you drop this thing, I go about 80, I do lose image quality. So it's like, was it worth it? 95%, it's like they only gives you 5% of reduction. So if you got a real unstable footage, it's not going to fix most of that. It's going to fix maybe a slight walking type of jiggle in the background, not much. That was a little disappointing. I guess you get in your head, you think, all right, I'll be all shaky, put it in Catalyst, and then boom, be like GoPro smooth with the Sony image quality of a 1-inch sensor. It didn't work out that way. The camera is so expensive, and what it can do is it's a very niche camera. You buy it for one particular purpose. Now, one of the things I think it does well, and this is again, whether you do this or not, I jog or I run, and some folks may run like 8 hours or whatever they may do, and they are in beautiful countryside and they want to take pictures along the way, or have in their pocket just in case they see something they want to take pictures of. And they get wet, they may get rained on, they may whatever sweat through their pants. This is a good camera to put in your pocket. It's so small, and then it gives you that 1-inch sensor of taking good quality photos while you're out on the road. You can get a little blurred background. Now you can take your GoPro, which I've taken my GoPro out running, but you get GoPro pictures. And this is nothing like GoPro pictures. This is like a real camera. That's one thing that I will miss about this camera after I do return it, because I can't justify the cost and what I'm going to use it for. And how that instead of grabbing this camera, I'm going to grab something else, a ZV1, or I'm going to grab my GoPro, because it's not like fooling with the focus thing. So having a camera just to go running with, or being in a wet environment to take great photos, if it was cheaper, yes, maybe. The expression that I've come out with a lot as I'm using this camera is the juice is not worth the squeeze.
The first rule of politics: always know if the juice is worth the squeeze.
So meaning you got to put a lot of work into it to get better image out of it. But if I'm putting that much work into it, I might as well use something better to get even better image out of it. So like a GoPro, you just run and go, push the button, and you start recording. And whatever it is whatever it is. Now you can play with the flat colors and do some of that stuff to get a little fancier. But this guy, you have to know exactly what you're doing. You have to set it up correctly with a very small screen and a very small buttons. And if you're in a sunny environment, it's hard to see the screen and know exactly what you're doing. So that is my complaint with this camera so far. The cuteness wore off pretty quickly. I do like the way it looks. So right now, let's talk about what I have on the front of the screen. And I wanted to do a review on this, but I'm not going to do a whole review just on camera butter and these indie filters. You can check out my other reviews on camera butter. I love the product. It's so versatile. They're made for GoPro, that size, but this happens to fit on any type of glass screen, so it works right on easily on top of this one. I did notice a little flaring in the corners, but I also noticed flaring in the corners without an indie filter on. This also works on this RX100 series, and also worked on the ZV1. Now, the ZV1 already has an indie filter on board, so this is mainly if you want to get really bright sunshine, you want a heavier indie filter than what the camera already has, then you would use an extra one. Unfortunately, this camera's going to go back. It does look very nice on the Crane M2. It looks very official, like it almost works together. But I've also noticed some things just with that. It balances fine, very easy, but I do hear strain, so it's not used to something that small being on this gimbal. I don't know, but my ZV1 seems to work a little bit better. It connects fine, so it is being controlled. I can zoom in, zoom out with this. That's cool. I don't remember I have it on near or far. See, I don't remember what I have it on. This is what I'm talking about. It's on near. Thank goodness, all that talking before. Let me put it on far. This is the reason why, guys. This is the issue.
Give it that ball. You want to give it that ball. Come on. Come on, girl.
Alright, that's all I got for this camera. I'm going to be returning it. I'm going to put my money into something else. I've been thinking about the DJI Pocket 2. That looks more impressive than I thought it would look. And that stabilization is butter smooth. Even better than this camera on this gimbal. It is completely smooth. I get leaving a little jitters with this thing as I go walk around. So, could be the next thing. The only way to find out for sure is to subscribe to the channel. So, take a half second, go down below and just click subscribe. Hit the like button while you're down there, and then off to the next video you go. And then when I post my next one, boom, you'll know. And it's free. It's free. So, see ya.